This is the Dad from MichaelShepard.net. Coming to you from RCS Sports, Parents and Coaches Recruiting Workshop 2007 from Houston, Texas. The only workshop of its kind in the United States of America. In this video, we continue with the great message from Coach George Raveling of Nike USA and the message that every parent and every player must pay attention to. So let's get back to it.
And if in fact those dreams are real, did I prepare him to live the dream? That's the question. Did I, as a parent, prepare my child to live the dream? And so, I think, you need to rethink this whole idea. And another part of recruiting that I think you need to focus on is this. 2 words: voices and choices. The voices you listen to will greatly determine the choices that you make. Think about that with your child. Voices and choices. The voices that child listens to and that you listen to will greatly influence the choices that you make. And because the athlete and the family are being highly recruited, you're going to acquire all kinds of false friendships. And you're going to get more advice than George Bush is getting. And at some point, I think you have to call time out in your life and question the voices that you listen to. And when you question the voices that you listen to, you have to realize that they're either voices that articulate fact or they're voices that articulate opinion. And there's a huge difference between a fact and an opinion. And you have to understand the difference. And facts are true. Opinions might be true and they might not be true. And so I think when people are giving you this advice, I think you have to have a conversation every now and then and ask yourself a variety of questions. Is what this person is telling me, is it true? Is it true? How do I know it's true? How do I find out if it's true? And should I trust this person's opinion? Why should I trust it, or why shouldn't I trust it? I think you've got to be very, very suspect of things and question why. I told my son when he was 18 years old that the most important thing that he can do on a daily basis is keep asking why this, why that. Always be inquisitive, always seek answers to things. Just don't accept things as they're presented to you, but question them and question them. And so my advice to you would be to be careful about the voices that you listen to and be careful about the choices that you make. Because everybody's going to try to be attached to you. Because a lot of those people that voice opinions to you, they've got a hidden agenda. They want to be able to influence where the child goes to school. They want to influence who the agent's going to be for the child. And they might even see an opportunity for them to make some money on the deal. And so be very, very careful about that. I'm going to cover a couple other things. One is the campus visit. child gets a chance to make a campus visit, make sure you and the child understand that this is a business trip. It's not a social call. It's a business trip. This trip is going to help you determine the answer to a very significant question, and that is, where should I enroll and go to school? And so, I used to tell recruits that when they came, hey, when you come on this trip now, I want you to understand one thing, this is a business trip. I want you to grade us very severely. And I want to make sure you ask us difficult questions. And so when your child gets on the visit, you know, ask to see the living quarters where he's going to live at. You know, they probably had you in a hotel. Well, I'll tell you one thing, when you get to school, you ain't going to be living in that hotel. And eat at least one meal in a dining hall where you're going to take your meals when you're a student there. See, what you want to do is minimize the surprises. You want to minimize the disappointments. And you want to see reality. That's what you're searching. When you go on a campus visit, you're in search of reality, not fantasy. You're in search of reality. Take an opportunity to walk around the campus alone. See, it's a guide. All the tours they put you on are going to be guided tours. And they're going to be telling you what you know, they'll have you taking you 2 steps from heaven before you get halfway across the campus. So, you know, take the walk around campus by yourself. If you really follow the news, you know, a number of years ago, Nike was under a lot of heat because of the unfair labor practices in factories in Southeast Asia and Korea and China. So I got appointed to a committee to go and inspect the factories and come back and write up a report on it. And so John Thompson is on the board of directors at Nike, so he was on the committee too. And we went to a footwear factory in Indonesia, in Jakarta. And we're riding out in a van, and just before we get there, John tells myself and the other 4 people on the committee, he says, look, as soon as we get inside the factory, they're going to try to take us on a tour and show us what they want us to see. So as soon as we get in the factory, fake like we don't understand what they're saying, and everybody go off in a different direction. And don't stop when they say, hey, you don't stop, just keep going. And he says, that way we'll screw everything up and we'll see what's real. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. You don't want the guided tour. You want the real tour. So walk around campus by yourself. And when you walk around, stop the student and say, hey, you go to school here? Yeah. How you like it? Why'd you pick the school? What don't you like about the school? And when they send your kid out to eat, they're going to send you out with the best recruiter they have on the team. Hey, you know what? That's fine. Before you go, figure out who the 9th, 10th, and 11th, and 12th guys are on the roster. And try to hang out with the 11th guy on the team. See, the guys that are starting, they're all happy as hell. They're shooting it every time, playing all and everything. Talk to the guy that's the 11th man on the team. Ask him how he likes it. Ask him what the coach is like. Ask him if they're doing all the things that they told him they were going to do when they recruited him. See, because he came with the same dreams as your child did, that he was going to be all A, that he was going to play in the league.